ARX Robotics, Supacat partner to build autonomous ground vehicles for UK. Two defense companies signed a partnership in London that puts robotic ground vehicles and high-mobility military trucks on a path to operate together, a combination the British Army and its allies have been pushing toward as warfare increasingly demands machines that can go where soldiers shouldn't. ARX Robotics, a European uncrewed ground vehicle manufacturer, and Supacat, a UK-based specialist in high-mobility defense vehicles, announced a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on crewed-uncrewed vehicle teaming and the integration of robotic systems into future land operations. The agreement covers development, manufacturing, and deployment of autonomous ground capabilities for the UK and allied forces, with explicit alignment to priorities set out in the UK government's strategic defense review. ARX Robotics brings its uncrewed ground vehicles and Mithra software to the partnership, a hardware and software digitalization stack designed to connect autonomous platforms into a broader digital battlefield architecture. Supacat brings something equally important: decades of expertise designing and building military vehicles that actually survive contact with the terrain they're supposed to cross. The company's platforms, including the Jackal high-mobility vehicle, have seen extensive operational use with British forces. The partnership puts those two competencies in the same room and tasks them with building something neither could produce as effectively alone. The Jackal is specifically named as a candidate for optionally crewed conversion, meaning the vehicle that British forces already operate could be modified to run remotely or autonomously without requiring a crew aboard. That's a significant detail. Optionally crewed legacy vehicles don't require procurement of an entirely new platform. They extend the operational life and capability of equipment already in service, already familiar to operators, already supported by existing maintenance chains. Supacat's director Phil Applegarth pointed directly to this opportunity. Our work together on optionally crewed vehicles, such as the Jackal, will demonstrate how existing platforms can be transformed to meet tomorrow's challenges, ensuring greater flexibility, resilience, and future readiness across the fleet. The framing of this partnership is explicitly shaped by what has happened in Ukraine. The source material states it plainly: recent conflicts, including in Ukraine, have demonstrated the growing role of uncrewed systems in intelligence, gathering logistics support, and reducing risk to personnel on the battlefield. ARX Robotics and Supacat are positioning this collaboration as a mechanism to translate those operational lessons learned in a live war into deployable capabilities for NATO-aligned land forces. That's not marketing language. Armies across Europe have spent the last 3 years watching how drone and robotic systems change the calculus of ground combat, and they are now scrambling to acquire and integrate those capabilities before the next conflict begins. David Roberts, CEO of ARX Robotics UK, made the strategic argument directly. Robotic and uncrewed systems are becoming an essential part of modern land forces, ensuring seamless integration and collaboration with crewed vehicles and existing systems will enable a force to deliver an effect which is greater than the sum of its parts. Roberts also tied the partnership explicitly to the UK's Strategic Defence Review priorities: strengthening warfighting readiness, accelerating the adoption of autonomous technologies, and growing the UK defence industrial base. Those three objectives appear throughout British defence policy discussions, and a partnership that credibly addresses all three carries weight with procurement officials. The technical architecture ARX Robotics is bringing, the Mithra stack, is designed to enable UGVs to operate alongside crewed platforms across a range of environments. The goal isn't replacement of crewed vehicles, but teaming autonomous systems handling tasks that are too dangerous, too repetitive, or too resource-intensive for human crews, while crewed vehicles maintain command authority and situational awareness over the overall formation. That model mirrors what the U.S. military has been pursuing across multiple domains, from the Army's robotic combat vehicle programs to the Marine Corps' autonomous logistics aircraft efforts. The British approach to channel through this partnership follows the same logic. Supacat's contribution extends beyond vehicle expertise. The company's role includes integration, manufacturing, and crew life support. The unglamorous but essential work of keeping deployed systems operational in the field. A robotic vehicle that works perfectly in a test environment but can't be maintained by a forward repair team is tactically worthless. Supacat's track record of supporting deployed land forces gives the partnership credibility precisely in that area where autonomous systems programs most commonly struggle. The MAO also explicitly targets UK-based manufacturing and supply chain development, positioning the collaboration as a contribution to British industrial sovereignty in the autonomous systems sector. ARX Robotics is expanding its UK industrial footprint as part of a broader European growth strategy, meaning the partnership has infrastructure implications beyond a single program. It's part of a deliberate effort to build European capacity to design, build, and sustain robotic land systems without dependence on non-European suppliers.